Do you ever feel like typical learning environments don't fit your learning style? Are you a better self-taught learner? Are you working full-time, maybe away from a college, or you want to get ahead or catch up on a degree? You said yes, online learning is for you. Hello everyone, my name is Rebecca Gall, and I am for online education. I've taken multiple classes in high school and college that were online and found them very beneficial. In the next 5 to 6 minutes, I'm going to share with you the benefits from the availability of online education. We will begin with how it widens the accessibility. We will touch on the concerns over the quality and how that can be overcome. We will discuss how it can cater to a variety of learning styles. Along with that, we will look over the concern of focusing and distractions, and we will discover the time flexibility. And to conclude, we will look into the success from the dedicated learner. With the popularity of online learning, we need to recognize its worth and effectiveness. Deanna Markham from the online newspaper article, Online Learning Outcomes Similar to Classroom Results, published in 2012, notes, online learning holds the promise of broadening access to higher education to more individuals while also lowering costs for students. Taking online classes is a pretty new thing, and with the rise in power of the internet, learning is now available in places beyond your typical classroom, as long as you just have an internet connection. This makes it available for everyone to get a quality education. And it can also lower the cost of an education for individuals by eliminating housing, food, and other fees that come along with a normal college tuition. This way you are only paying for what you are getting. It is especially beneficial for people with families who are going back to school. For example, I knew a 30-year-old who had a family and he'd work all day, come home and be with his kids, and then at midnight he'd work on his classes, and that would be really hard to do with a physical class. But availability brings concern to the quality one is getting. With people quickly embracing online learning, many people wonder if it's all it's cracked up to be. It's understandable for someone to question this, and especially with the push for teachers to produce online content and many free resources such as Coursera, you gotta wonder, are you getting something equal to a physical classroom? Well, in a quote from the article, Online Learning Outcomes Similar to Classroom Results, teacher quality is still a very important part of success in an online course, but so too is the course design. To put this plainly, online courses cannot be good just by themselves. It requires time, effort, and careful planning to make it work, just like with a regular class. Online classes have come a long way with the incorporation of videos, live streaming, discussion forums, incorporated quizzes, and so forth. The more and more we keep practicing making online content, the better we are getting. For example, the summer before my senior year, I participated in a beta online course that would be taken by students in the fall. I was able to give feedback back to the creators so they can make it that much better. And with this kind of cooperation and patience, we will make the quality of online classes that much better for future students. One of the great things that can come from a quality online class is the ability for it to adapt and work for students with various learning styles. Many students have different learning styles and paces that work for them. In a physical class, only so much can be done to cater to these various styles. Within the typical class, the students most likely to fall behind are the ones who are not the audio and visual learners, such as the kinetic style who like to do things by hand. And anyone who needs a slower pace or has difficulty focusing are also disadvantaged. Not to mention shy or people with disabilities. They will struggle to participate in a physical class. And just because someone is different shouldn't mean they are left in the dust. This is where online classes come to the rescue, by appealing to students who prefer or can benefit from a non-traditional classes and teaching methods. Diane Johnson, Assistant Director of Faculty Services at the Center for Online Learning at St. Leo University, who, mind you, has spent 12 years teaching online, says in the U.S. News article, students learn more from active discussions than from traditional lectures, and they need instructors who can engage them in the material. If a student is shy, they are then able to participate in an online discussion forum instead of trying to get the nerve to speak up in class. I know I feel I'm better able to express myself online, and because I have the time and I can think more instead of being on the spot, I can plan what I want to say, and I can offer better feedback this way too. Have issues focusing at certain times of day have now the ability to slow down, rewind, or rewatch as many times as they want their video lectures, versus in time in class when you can't pause the professor. When we had to do our speech analysis, I would watch the videos multiple times and pause them constantly. More care goes into these videos versus coming up with stuff on the spot, and having it filmed and edited and done to perfection before being uploaded is highly beneficial to everybody. Having talked about watching your lecture online, we might wonder about the temptations of the internet. Well, we've all been distracted by the internet before, maybe even when we were supposed to be doing homework or studying. But having to do work online can certainly pose to be a distraction. However, there's a good solution. From Carl Spooner in the Harvard Gazette, 2013, says, by interspersing online lectures with short tests, student mind wandering decreased by half, note-taking tripled, and overall retention of the material improved. With instant need to retain your information, you focus more. You can pause your video and get detailed and accurate notes you can use for later reference, and this all leads to better memory in the long run. Since we now know that online classes can actually help us make the most of our time, let's talk about the time we have and when we have it. One of the most common reasons and times students take online classes is during the summer. As a staff writer for OEDB.org in the article 10 Advantages to Taking Online Classes published in 2012 says, for college students who want to attend summer classes, but who live too far from their colleges or have to work summer jobs, taking online classes from an accredited college and transferring the credits to their primary college is a good idea. Students will be able to earn college credit while still enjoying their summer vacation or fulfilling the responsibilities of their seasonal jobs. You can do it when it's convenient for you. Your schedule knows no bounds. A good example can be why I took this class online. I knew my next semester was going to be really hard and time crunched, so I decided to get ahead. And taking this class online helped me so much because I'm working full-time and it's at home. I live nowhere near Angola, and it would be hard to get to a physical classroom. With this online class, I'm able to work on my class when I get home from work and whenever it is convenient. And I don't have to stress about getting somewhere and driving somewhere else after I'm tired from working all day. With all this in mind, you still might be wondering about the fact that we have not much good evidence that online classes are equal to or better than face-to-face classes. To this I pose a thought. It is all about your dedication. According to the U.S. Department of Education in 2009, online learning has definite advantages over face-to-face instruction when it comes to teaching and learning. The study found that students who took all or part of their instruction online performed better, on average, than those taking the same course through face-to-face instruction. Or, if they took blended courses, they did even better than a typical class. What makes or breaks a person taking an online class is their dedication. And people don't just take it without knowing that they have to work hard and put aside time. And they're doing it for an important reason, like getting ahead or improving their station in life. It's different than waking up early in the morning thinking, I'll just skip this class, it's too early for me. And if anything, maybe online classes aren't for everyone, but if they want to do it, they can succeed at it. Some people may also argue that online classes still don't hold any real value and are not up to standard, but this is where I beg to differ. In my AP Literature class in high school, my teacher asked us to take an online poetry course at the University of Pennsylvania, which is an Ivy League school. This class is the sole reason I did so well in the poetry part of the exam. I put in the time and effort and came out with the knowledge, and I did so well because of it. It was not wasted time on this online course. I might also add, despite people thinking online classes hinder interactions, I actually developed a close relationship with the professor, even becoming regular Facebook friends to this day. I actually told him I was bringing this class up in my speech. And I never would have had the opportunity to make friends with an Ivy League professor if it wasn't for this class. With all this in mind, let's review what I've talked to you about today. Over the course of this speech, I detailed to you many things about online education. We talked about its accessibility far and wide. We questioned and saw its quality. We explored how it can help various learning styles. We wondered about and learned how it can address distractions. We checked the time and found we had some for class. And last, we discovered what's most important is your dedication. As we have learned, there are many benefits and good that can come from online learning, but it is not for everyone, but is an excellent resource available for all those who would find it beneficial. This is why I think online learning is a beneficial, wonderful tool. It doesn't have to replace normal classes, ever. But what it does offer is the option to make education something attainable for all. We don't have to choose to take our education online, but if it is good for you, why not do it? And after all, the internet was created for introverts, right? And you might think, well, people have issues focusing